it should not. So yeah, uh, uh, the bank card where you enter the text should not be broken. So you have to, as a tester, we have to verify the whole of the application. That means the regression testing. So, and the next one is the sanity, where you like focus test on a specific functionality. Like if there is like, let's say, a small code change, like a maintenance that you have identified some defect or a bug, and you have to go for an immediate release, and the code change will be maybe like there have happened in the project where we have worked, where we might have like a missed even a comma that might have broken some the application in somewhere. So that particular, only fixing that particular code, so we have to verify that particular area. And the smoke test is to like bug build verification test, like quick test to check if the major work before the deeper. So just like smoke testing means like going through the application in a very high level, like clicking the login button and see whether the page is loading or not. Then we have the acceptance testing. It's the level of software testing that process where is tested by the business team, where we have to get the your acceptance from before the delivery. And then when we move to the non-functional testing, also stop me if you all have any questions in middle, just for your information. Yeah. When it comes to the non-functional testing, we have performance testing. So performance testing, it's evaluating the system responsibility and the stability. So also the performance testing will be like divided into several parts, but I'm focusing on the load test and the stress test. So load testing, it's basically evaluating how the system will be performed on particular load. For example, that is being given, like whether that particular system can be loaded with 5,000 users at the same time. Stress testing means that we push beyond the limit. Let's say the system will be accepting 5,000 users at that one time, but let's say how the system, if the user number goes beyond that, so we put a stress on the system and we test it. Maybe like having like 5,100 user, and we see like we simulate that and we test that. Then security testing. So we have to identify the potential risk from third parties and vulnerabilities. We have to test that. Like for example, SQL injections likewise. And then there is accessibility testing. Accessibility testing is if we have to check whether the application it's used for people with disability, like those with vision or hearing impediments. So we work with tools like screen reader, voice recorder. Also, this accessibility testing have a guideline, basically when we are doing. Um, and then the compatibility testing. The compatibility testing, it's mostly like we have to test with different device and browser and operating system. So let's say a web page should work both on Chrome and Mac Safari and Edge as well. Then I move to the QE process, basically, like how we like start on a when a user when how a tester do the process of the quality engineering. So first we have to, as I said in the start, the tester involved from the requirement analysis itself, not on the latter part. So requirement analysis, it's where we have to understand what to be built. So we will be reviewing with the business as well as the technical requirement. We will be tester should identify the quality expectation, let's say like the performance, security, usability. So we have to get these all from the business team. So we have to know, okay, how many users there will be on the performance side. All these can be uh, we can get these from different tools. The performance, how many users, there are so many tools that we have been using. And also on the security side, what sort of third party application that will be included in the particular software, or any APIs that we have been going to build with this thing, likewise. And also we have to define the acceptance criteria. uh, like acceptance criteria is where we say, okay, this particular software, I mean this particular feature will be done if this acceptance, like for example, like let's say um, uh, for a login button, if you click on a login button, the home page should load along with a logo and all the header, footer, everything. Then we decide on test planning, on how to test. Here the testers will be creating a test strategy. So the manual testing and the automation testing. Also, should choose a testing tool for the automation, and there are several other tools for example, I'll be walking through the tools on the latter part, like Selenium, Jira. For performance, we should use the JMeter, and should assign who will be testing. So that comes under test planning. Then we should prepare the test case design. So we have to prepare step by step. Like, should write the test cases, like we should have a positive scenario, a negative scenario, and also a rare case, like an edge case. Also, we should have a test coverage of all the features. Then the real world comes as the test execution, where we run the test and also do the automation. So here only we gonna execute the test in the test environment. We should execute the test in the test environment in a lower environment. Lower environment, which I'm saying referring to we can have like a developer environment, a QA environment where a QA can process. The QA which I'm mentioning, it's the quality assurance, uh, and then the production. So before we move to the production, all the test execution should pass in the QA environment. And also we should report any defects, or like if issues any found, we should report them. And then the defect reporting and the fixing. So once we identify the defects, we should have a clear like a defect created and documented with the steps reproduced with screenshots, maybe some videos, and then we submit that to the developer. And once the developer fix, then again a tester should verify the fix. So then we run the regression testing. So that particular fixes that done by the developer should not break the other features. And also, like, we have to check with the updates also. Let's say the Chrome has updated to a new particular version, so we have to check with that whether our website is working with that particular Chrome version. And then the performance and the security testing, the final quality check basically. we have to check for the speed, scalability, security, and also optimize the code and fix security flaws if needed. The final validation and the release. Then we are ready for the deployment. So before the deployment, we have to get the UAT from the business or the stakeholders. And then we have to approve the release that, okay, the release, the regression has passed. There is no issues in the application. And we have to, as a quality engineer, so it's like we are the gateway. The quality engineer is the gateway before a product goes to the uh, production. So because it's like a critical role that we play as a quality engineer, because we are in the latter part. If anything, an issue comes, the person they gonna point out is the quality engineer, because we are the quality engineers are the people who's gonna give a sign off. Okay, the application is good to go. So it's a very crucial role. So, and then we deploy the software, the production. And then we have to continuous monitoring and improvement. So not like, okay, we went to the production, okay, that's okay, our job is done. No, it's not done. It's not done yet. We have to monitor the software performance. And if there might be some bug after the release, then we have to get the feedback, maybe fix that particular bug, and re-release it. Because we all are humans. There can be several other factors that can have create a bug, which can be missed by a human, or it might be like the configuration issues that can happen likewise. And also we have to update the testing for the new changes. So here I'm gonna like not introduce actually, to like differentiate between the waterfall and the agile. So the basic the software development life cycle, which you all will be like learning mostly the waterfall model. I'm not sure y'all have understanding of the agile. Doctor, just a small question. Do y'all have understand? I mean, is there any knowledge that y'all have about the agile also? Dr. Samantha? Okay, I'll just continue then. Okay, so the typical the waterfall model where the testing comes in the latter part. But what happens in the waterfall model is basically a step-by-step approach, like and the designing comes at the last. What are the cons of this? Changes are very difficult to accommodate once it's completed. And once you come to the latter part, the once you're fixing the issue again and doing the deployment will be cost. But then comes the agile model. The agile model is mostly like practiced in so many projects. There are other models too, but the agile model is it goes in an iterative model. Deployment happens in small cycle, like sprint. Like there will be like smaller sprint. Let's say a 3 week sprint. We call as 3 weeks. So in that particular 3 weeks, we work on particular feature and we do the release. And then on the next 3 weeks, we will be working on the next update. So we can improve that and we can update the improvements and do some updates. And also continuous testing and feedback help to adapt the changes quickly. Yeah. And the common agile framework, it's like a Scrum, Kanban. These are some common agile framework that we have. Yeah. So I'm going to show you a sample test case before the screen. Hope you all can see my Excel sheet. Yeah. So this is how a sample test case will be. Basically, we have some tools that we use. Basically, in industry, we use different tools to have test cases like TestRail. But in a basic manner, we can write it in a Excel sheet. So how a test case will be likewise, it's will have a title, a test case ID, that is description, preconditions, steps, expected. We will have actual results, a status, priority, type of testing, automatable, whether it's yes or no, and automated if yes. Type of testing comes as functional. Functional means we test only that particular function, regression or sanity, likewise. So when it comes to the first test case here, it's verify successful login with valid credential. So we have to think in both the scenario. So the second test case, it's about invalid credential. So first we're gonna log in with the valid credentials. The test description also says verify the user is logged into the system successfully. The test description means the user acceptance basically. The session is created and the user can navigate the application. Then we should have a preconditions. The user must be registered in the system. The user have a valid login credential. The login page should be accessible. Also, we have to prepare the test data for testing before testing this thing. So here we can have a test data over here. So for valid credential, we have some valid test data because the same person won't be testing the system over and over again. There will be many people joining on a team and so forth. So we should have a well documented in every area. Even for an invalid, there is so here we have some invalid uh, uh, scenarios and the expected results. So then we have to write like each step by step, like from opening the browser, entering the username, entering the password, click on the login. Likewise, for each of them, we have to have a expected results. So when you log into the browser, the login page should correctly be there. When you enter the username should be accept without any validation error. These are the things that a quality engineer's mind will work on different from the developer. Because the developers, like when they create a system, it's like their own personal stuff. So not like personal stuff. It's like, okay, they'll say, okay, there are no issues. But as a tester, you have to think on different perspective, on different mind that you have. So maybe like, let's say when you enter the username, it will accept the username, but it might have some errors when you check the console. So as a tester, you need to have like a developer's knowledge too. You need to have knowledge in the coding also. You need to know how you can read the console logs from the developer notes. So click and then click on the login button. The system should process the request. Likewise, there are when you log in, you should see a welcome message, and then the login button should be visible and indicate the successful login. These are the steps that we have to follow when you are writing a test case. There should be like verification on each and everything. Basically, even like a logo or a header or a footer, clicking on the footer links and see whether that particular footer links takes to the correct page. There might be like the developer, when they do a test, they might test basically the functionality only. But as a tester, we have to test everything. We have to check the logos, whether logos have the correct alignment. Maybe the text box are the same length and width. It should have the same this thing, and the text that it's there, it should be like common in all the pages. Likewise, there are so many like smaller details that you should, as a quality engineer, should have this knowledge on. Let me go back to the slide. So this is the test rail, a tool that we use to maintain our test cases. This is from my project, which I worked. So basically here you can see the test case name, the test case ID is auto-generated. So it's like logging to the Jaffna bookshelf with valid email and password. Here you can see the type, the priority. So you have to know what's the priority, then assign to, you can assign. With this tool, it's very quick and easy. You can select your relevant person name and assign that particular test case to that particular person to do the testing. If there is any estimation, we can give the estimation. We can give a reference which is linking to the ticket on the Jira. Jira is a tool where you can have your what do you call where you can maintain all your stories, which is from the business team. Then we can have you can configure these fields in this particular tool. You have a test description, test type of testing, uh, and then the precondition, the steps, and the expected results. Also, you can see who have created, who have updated, likewise the date and the time, likewise. Excuse me. The next part is I'll be moving to the tools. So there are several tools that's in the industry that we use. There are so many open source tools that y'all can even check free, and there are some enterprise tools that it comes with pricing. So y'all can get maybe like a screenshot of this and have a knowledge on these tools that I'm going to show, because this will help y'all when you're coming to the industry. Having knowledge on these tools will help you to do better on the job and get to know easily and learn easily when you come to the industry. So first, the test management tool. The open source tools are like TestLink. The enterprise tools will be like TestRail, Zephyr. The one that I'm using, the one that I have shown previously was the TestRail. And then we should have knowledge on the defect tracking tools. So the open source one will be Bugzilla, Redmine. The enterprise one's the Jira. Jira is like the best tool, I would say, for now. I mean, I'm using the Jira. It have many functionalities. It's not only for defect tracking. It's there for, you can log your work, you can create the storyboards, there are so many stuff that you can work on. When you all have time, just go through these tools, learn about these tools. It will help you out. Then also you should have when it comes to the quality engineering, it's better to have some unit testing knowledge too, like JUnit, have understanding on the TestNG. So basically, quality engineering does not mean that there's only manual work. No, it's not. There, it's we work same as the developer. We need to have technical knowledge as well. So when it comes to the test automation, Selenium, it's free. Rest assured, it's used for the API testing. Then we have Cypress. Then the latest one is the Playwright, Playwright is a very great tool which supports both mobile and UI testing and API on all things. And then we have Appium only mostly focus on the mobile testing. Selenium is mostly like used for the web UI testing. So the Playwright is the latest one that it's very efficient and it's easy to understand. These are like easy tools that y'all can learn. Even like when y'all go to, there are so many resources that y'all can learn from. And also learning about the performance testing. Where you can learn from the performance testing tools are JMeter, K6. So K6, when it comes, y'all have better to have understanding both on JavaScript as well. So not focusing only on Java, better to focus on JavaScript likewise. And when it comes to the security testing, we have OSAP and Rapid7. OSAP is a free tool that you all can get understanding of. And then also you all need to have understanding on the CI/CD pipeline and the DevOps workflow. You all need to have understanding on how to the code can be maintained in GitLab, and Jenkins. We support on the CI/CD pipelines. And then the API testing tool. The API testing tools are like Postman, SOAP UI, and on the monitoring, we have the Dynatrace, Grafana. In the monitoring, what we do is what we monitor in the Dynatrace mostly the user on particular user limits and the user how in what particular timing the users are mostly used on. Likewise. Um, yeah. Then I'll move to the best practice. Best practice in software quality engineering. Then, the best practice in software quality engineering. So we have to understand the requirements clearly. Misinterpreted requirements can lead to inefficient test, basically. And we have to write a clear and detailed test cases, cover positive, negative, edge cases, all this stuff, and follow a structured testing process. Like the software development life cycle, there is a testing life cycle phase also. So we have to complete, like we have to process on that phase too. And also we should use the automation wisely to automate the repetitive task and to not also over automating. Prioritize the testing based on the risk. Focus on the critical functionality first. Yeah. And we have to document and communicate defects clearly. When you're creating a defects, we have to document how we should reproduce it. If there is any test data, we have to give test data for that particular defects and screenshot maybe videos if there's so. Likewise. Same, the regression testing, we have to test which should not break the existing feature. Also, we should test in real world scenario. We have to mimic the actual user condition, how a user might use. And also, we have to closely work with the developers. And also, we have to continuously learn and improve, like using some AI tools to predict defect analysis. Maybe you can use the AI tool to write the test cases, understand the test cases, likewise. And also, as a quality engineer, there are some certain, not only as a quality engineer, but as when you come to the industry itself, on a high level manner, there are some non-technical skills that you all have to need to have like analytical thinking, how we like ability to break down the complex problem and identify the potential issues. Like you also, the quality engineer should have a problem solving mindset to like we have need to have, okay, what can be tested and when can it be tested, how can it be tested in a easy way. Likewise, also attention to details, we have to have like not overlook but attention to detailing in um, in particular for a strong like a high what you can say like high functionality, have to give details to that particular functions. Communication skills, clear verbal and written communication, which can be collaborated both by developers, product manager, stakeholders. Also, provide constructive feedback to improve the quality. So you can, so it's not the work as a quality engineer. Okay, there comes a function, you test and give. It's not like that. You can give the feedbacks even to the stakeholders. Okay, there is this particular function, okay, maybe we can like increase the font size because we are testing for the accessibility. Okay, maybe the colors can be different. Likewise, there are so many ways that you can give the improve of the quality, because the last stage is we have to uh, as I'm talking on uh, the skills, we have to focus on the customers. The customers is we have to uh, make them the customer happy. So we have to think what is good for the customers as a quality engineer. And also collaboration and teamwork. We have to work with development, product, and operation teams. And then yeah, ability to for critical thinking, uh, time management, prioritization. We have to prioritize. Okay, we don't like spend hours and hours in like have stick to one particular area. We have to move on. We have to prioritize our stuff. We have to manage multiple tasks within particular given deadline. Okay, we have to maybe like within particular 2 weeks we have to do the testing and also do the automation for that particular workflow, or maybe like there might be release coming in the middle. So we have to manage all these and also prioritize them. Um, yeah. And then negotiate and conflict resolution. So there might be like if there might be some negotiation might come between a developer and a quality engineer, or maybe from the uh, product team itself. So we have to handle all these disagreements. Basically, the disagreements might come over a defect, for example. Then custom centric mindset, understanding the user expectation and ensuring software meets usability, performance, and reliability standard. And documentation and reporting skills, likewise. Then there are some certain platforms that y'all can do the self-learning. This is one called Test Automation University. Basically, it have like all the automation workflows. It's there. It's free. Y'all can go and learn them. It have how like basic on how to do automation on UI, sorry, mobile API, and all sort of tools that are been. It's there are so many uh, videos over there y'all can do, and there's a hands-on experience that y'all can work from that also. And then LinkedIn Learning, if you have some premium, and Udemy courses, and Brew 99. These are some self-learning platforms that I recommend. Um, then moving to the latter part of this presentation, it's the QE role in the industry. So likewise, the software development, the same category comes to the QE role. So the entry roles will be like intern, and then associate. There can be quality engineer, test analyst. There can be special in test automation engineers, and the mid-level roles are like QE lead, test lead. Also, the QE we have architects too, automation architect. Also, there's specialty, like if you want to special in performance, then there's engineers as performance engineer, security engineer. Also, this new trend, it comes at SDET, software development in engineering in test, which mostly like focus both on development and the testing side. The senior management role comes as a test manager, QE architect, principal of QE engineering, and the executive level would be a director and head of QE. So basically, like software quality engineering, it's essential for developing the robust, reliable, and user-friendly software. So when we are integrating into the product, it can give a high quality product that meets the user expectation and industry standards. Yeah. Um, this is what I wanted to give an insight of the quality engineering world. Yeah. Any questions that you all have? Hello? Uh, can you all hear me?
Yes, sir. We can. Do you have any questions? Can you ask any questions if you have? Dr. Samantha is there?
I can see her screening, but and I see her. She's been unmute, but not hearing anything.
Any students? Can you say that you can hear us clearly? Hello, students. Can you hear us?
That's what I'm thinking.
Can you hear me?
Hello?
Can you hear me?
Hello. Yes, we can hear. Hope you all. Yeah. Hope all you can hear us, right? Is it? respond. Otherwise, we don't know what is the situation.
Yeah, I mean,
Can you hear me?
Yeah,
yeah,
now we can hear you.
I have a question. Just as a QA, before development begins, we need to check if the UI design components matches the requirements. What else does a QA do?
So we have to create like the test environments before doing the testing. Like we have to prepare the test environment, maybe create some test data that you have to do during the testing. We have to write the test cases. Likewise, does that answer your question? Is what you were asking?
My point is when you are checking some designs of UI design and did what kind of approach we can use to check that designs? I mean, most of them using Figma to design. So, what we can use? Are there any tools or something?
To test the UI, you say?
I mean, is there any document or something to refer when we are checking UI designs?
Yeah. So basically, the requirements comes from the stakeholders. So the stakeholders, the people who wants this particular software to be developed by this likewise. So they will provide basically uh, a document. Okay, the UI should be like this. Uh, so before it comes to the even to the developer, the people they contact is the quality engineer. So the stakeholders will be providing a set of documentation. From that documentation, we start the gathering all those stuff, and we prepare the uh, testing accordingly.
Okay.
Yeah, so some addition for that one, UI itself would not be enough. We need to get the as a QA tester, they need to get the functionality of the UI. One example is once user log into the system, what should be the response? And if username password is wrong, what should be the response? Likewise, we need to get the each scenario from user's point of view. So then based on that, the QA testers can decide the test cases.
Okay.
Am I correct, Mercia?
Yeah.
My another question is, does a QA get involved after the design and development stages?
Yes, they do. Because
What,
once, yeah,
yeah.
go on. Sorry.
I mean, what kind of stages?
So after the design and development stage, it's where during the designing phase itself, we as a quality engineer, they will be involving parallelly with preparing on the testing, like writing the test cases. So after the developments, it's the most the QE, it's where will they will be working actually. I mean in live and I mean in the real world. Before that, it will be like mostly like in the documentation phase, gathering the information. After the deployment, it will be like testing, fully testing. We have to test all the functionality of that particular software from end to end. Does that answer your question?
I have another question. If a QA
Yeah.
misses bugs in a system, what will happen next? I mean, is there a responsible
Can you
person
come again?
that QA task?
Can you repeat the question?
My
The,
question is,
the
It's not clear. Question is not clear. It's not loud enough.
I mean,
They couldn't hear. You couldn't hear us?
Can you hear my voice?
Yeah, it's but in like you are talking a bit out.
Yeah, it's a bit
That
faint.
was
Yeah, not loud enough. Yeah.
okay.
So can
Loud.
hear, but can you raise your voice a little bit?
Yeah. My question is, if a QA misses some bugs in a system, what will happen next? I mean, is there a responsible person to check QA tasks? QA did right or wrong?
Yeah. So basically, the next person will be like the business people. They will be the ones. So we do the delivery, and the quality engineers and the team does the delivery. There will be stakeholders and the business people who will be mostly like contacting with the customer itself, because the developer and the quality engineer and the people who are in the technical team, they won't have like a direct connection with the customers. So the one that mostly it's like when, so after it goes to the production, and if there will be like a customer like face an issue, they will be reporting to the business team, and the business team will come back to us. So basically, yeah, that's what I said. Quality engineering, it's like a critical position. There you will be there as a quality engineer. It will be a very critical position that you will be playing. So uh, it's not like, it's not good to have like uh, bugs in the production, but there can be errors. Human errors can happen, and there can be some other errors that affect the system, not only human errors. There can be some update that have might missed some likewise. So the after we identify issue, the issue will be prioritized first, whether in certain ways. Let's say whether that particular issue it's like a blocker, or like it's whether sometimes maybe, for example, even a login button should, when you click on a login button, it should take you to the next page. But let's say that I have missed to check that particular function, for just for example, the means it's kind of a blocker. uh, so basically, you can't go to the next page. That is called a blocker. But there might be a link in the bottom of the page that take you to when clicking on to takes to another page. Maybe like a privacy or terms and condition page. That can be a low priority bug. We call as a low priority because it will be like a lower use case where the user will be using it. So we prioritize them when the issue comes back to the team. So if it's a blocker, we do the a fix immediately and do go for the next immediate release. That's what we go with the mostly that we process with the agile workflow. So we can go in sprint wise, in shorter sprint.
Question is, what is the best way to create a QA report? Is it
QA
depends on
report.
the project, or QA report means if we checks some features or uh, tasks done by developers, how we prepare a document. I mean, if this task is completed or not completed, like
Oh
that.
yeah, yeah. So I showed an Excel sheet. Just that's the basic where you can have an Excel sheet. You can have like the test case written, and you can have a column where whether it's passed the testing, and also you can have another column to report the defect if there's a defect been reported. That's the basic. But in the industry, we use some tools. For example, we use Jira. uh, so Yasoma, is that okay that if I show a Jira ticket?
Yes, that's fine. That's fine. You can show it.
Give me a second. I'll show you all a Jira ticket. Jira ticket in the sense it's a tool that we use uh, to report issues, have stories, likewise. Give me a moment. So I'll show you the uh, one moment. Let me share my screen. Let me know if you all can see my screen.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, okay. So this is the Jira that it's the tool that we have. Here we can have many features. So we can create over here, just for example, we can create stories, we can create tasks, we can create defects, we can create like objectives that you want to have, bugs. Just for information, the difference between y'all have been getting the word called defect and bug. So basically the differentiation between a defect and a bug, so defect is basically where you found a issue in a lower environment, not in the production. But when it comes, if you find anything in the production, it goes as bug. So likewise, so this is like I'm showing you a fresh bug that's been created yesterday actually. So here, this is how it's in the production. So as I'm talking right now, there is a fix has been done in my project, and there will be a delivery at 2:30 p.m. IST. And after this meeting, I'll be going to the release itself, release and doing the testing. So that's how the workflow goes. Uh, since it's a critical, so you have a priority called critical, and since this has not description because we know how what's the workflow is basically, it's there's a issue with the uploading stuff, so they have provided a screenshot what's the error is. So when you click on the upload button, this particular it's not going to the correct request, it's not uploading basically. So that's the issue that has been found. So this bug is being fixed, and you can see the comments over here uh, by the business team, and also it's pointing to a QA to do the full regression as I have mentioned you, likewise like checking the whole functionality of that product, the features. So yeah, this is how like a defect will be coming, and we can do the reporting basically.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. Another question is, when you are using Selenium, it's like a automation partner.
Yeah.
Want to know if we change some project. I mean, first we have check login page, and it, we need to code according to that particular project. And after that, when we are going to another project, that also we have a login page, and we need to change that code according to that
Mm.
project. So when you are using Selenium is easier for checking bugs and features. I want to know how to reduce that time to check to change
Ah,
that code in for different many projects.
okay. For different projects. So basically, I mean, if there's like a project, or let's say you're creating some website, uh, to reduce means you can have the in Selenium, we all know the elements we capture using an XPath. It's called XPath. So you can capture the XPath in a uh, way that it's been parameterized. uh, I don't know whether you all can understand, or you all have an understanding of what I'm talking. Uh, Parameterize, the way that you all have been using in the Java, where you parameterize a string, and you can pass that particular string in a common file, or maybe a data external file that you all can have. So when you are changing a different project, you all can change just only the parameter, uh, and do so. But yeah, I mean, and have like not uh, have like generic XPaths that can be identified between these two projects. That can be useful actually. um, Hope that answers.
Yeah. So, so some one addition to previous question, then once we have asked whether if the product is released with the bugs, then whose responsibility of that one, and having the bugs in the production system. So certain situations, certain developers think that software engineers think that testing is QA engineer's responsibility. Actually, it is not that. If product is released with the bugs, it's the responsibility of all the members in the team. So nobody can pass that responsibility to QA engineer, because QA engineer is a kind of
Hello.
verification point.
Hello.
Sorry.
We couldn't hear the conversation from Yasoma. Hello?
Can't you hear me now?
Yeah, now it's better.
Okay, I'll repeat it.
Yeah.
So there's a question from the student. When once the product is released with the bugs, that whose responsibility is that? So normally, some certain software engineers think that they are responsible just coding part, just developing the feature, but QE engineer's responsibility is doing the testing part. But it is not like that. If a particular team release the product with the bug, that means that's responsibility lies with all the members in the team. So developers should have a ownership. Developers should take the ownership of their features and make sure that they are doing the bug-free releases to the QA engineer. Then QA engineer is a kind of verification point from business user point of view. Therefore, nobody can put the blame to QA engineers because of releasing the product with the bugs. Therefore, it's everyone's responsibility. So once the developer release the feature, complete the feature, then QA engineer do the testing and complete it based on the test cases. Then there could be, as Mercia mentioned, there could be a situation that certain releases can be released with the some issues and some bugs. So for that kind of situation, we can't pass the responsibility to anyone. That's the whole team's responsibility. Then, as we mentioned, if there is any production bugs, even any system can have production bugs. Once you identify the production bug, then the product owners or business users prioritize based on the business criticality. Then maybe what is the impact? That business criticality is, criticality is measured based on the impact and the time critical. That means how many users getting impacted from that particular bug. Maybe is it a showstopper, or it's a kind of bug you can live with for some time. Then likewise, they can categorize the bugs based on the severity, and based on severity, then we will take those bugs and do the fixes. So mainly I wanted to highlight this. Then the responsibility of releasing the production release with the bug is lies with the whole team members, not only one or two people. Is it clear?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, Yasoma.
Yeah. Anything else?
Any questions? So they asked regarding the slides. Is it possible to share the slides?
Yeah, sure. I can do that. I send the mail to you,
Yeah,
doctor. Is that okay?
if you send my email, like then I can share with them.
Yeah, I'll do so.
Mercia mentioned a lot of testing, I mean, a lot of learning areas like test university and all those other things, all are free. You can go ahead and learn the concept, methodologies, and tools using those platforms. And then because even our internal employees are using same set of learning materials for their skill development as well as knowledge improvement. So you also can go through those things because those are very useful sites as well as learning materials. Then better to get better understanding about the tools and practices because it's one of the critical area in product development. So that's one of the important, but uh, therefore you need to have a better understanding about because I think as Amartya mentioned, critical thinking, analytical thinking, go into detail, those kind of things are very much important skill set required for the QA engineers.
Yeah. And also, like the students, I would say, like when you are doing the project, it's better you all incorporate the testing also, just not like writing the test cases, but incorporate also them into your project. Like y'all can do some automation. I mean, Selenium, it's the free tool. Playwright, it's free tool. You can learn from that in your project if you're like creating some websites in your and you can do the testing using an automation tool that can enhance your. I mean, I did so in my degree when I was doing so. It increases the chance of having points, extra points than other people. So it's better that you are incorporating and learning them and using them.
Other thing is try to read about shift left, shift right, those kind of practices because mainly shift left is identify the issues and the bugs early as possible in the system. So therefore, so that's the kind of important area because if you identify the bugs in the production system, then the cost of fixing that particular bug is very high because you have to do a lot of things to fix the production level bug. But if you identify the same bug in the early stage, maybe development stage, then the cost of fixing it particular bug is very low because then you can fix it and do the releases very quickly during the development stage. But if you find the same bug in the production stage, then cost of fixing it very high because once you go to the production, then you have to do the fixes in the developer branch, and then after that do that particular fixes to the QA branch, then do the performance testing again, do the verification testing, regression testing. You have to go through all the testing round again after fixing those bugs. So therefore, it will cost a lot if you find the bug in the production system to fix it. But if you find the same bug in the early stage, like development stage, then it's a very less cost for the fixing it because you can send that fixes with the same release cycle. Therefore, read about shift left, shift right process. Those are very important criteria in the QA process.
So are there any platforms like student can learn the QE stuff like free so platforms or something? Sure.
Mercia, I know
Yeah,
there are certain LinkedIn training, but those are not accessible by everyone, right?
yeah, the LinkedIn places. It's there are so many courses related to this, but I know that you can learn from like um, Pro 99. There are like uh, it's free,
Is
so you can learn
You
it.
can put that. Yeah, you can put that in
yeah,
chat if
if
you
it
want.
is in the
Yeah,
chat,
that link.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah. There are certain. I'll put that in the chat for now. I mean, there are it have knowledge on the manual siding, manual side, yeah, agile testing. It have about and also have about understanding about the tools and technologies. Uh, yeah,
Thank you.
yeah, yeah.
Um,
and also like Udemy courses, but they are like it's enterprise versions. So yeah, you have to pay something. But I prefer like if you all have like LinkedIn, it's way better.
So I'll hand over the session to our secretary. To conclude, I invite Ms. J. Kasuni Nisansara, Secretary of IEEE WI Student Branch Affinity Group, to deliver the vote of thanks. Good evening, everyone. On behalf of the IEEE Women in Engineering Student Branch Affinity Group of the University of Jaffna, I am honored to extend our heartfelt gratitude to our esteemed speaker, Ms. Mercia Priyalini, for delivering such an insightful session on quality engineering process and practices. Ma'am, your expertise and clear explanation have given us a better understanding of quality engineering, providing us with the valuable knowledge that will surely help us in the future. Your dedication and effort in making this session both engaging and informative are truly appreciated. We sincerely thank you for taking your time to share your knowledge with us today. Madam, as a token of our appreciation, please accept this virtual token of gratitude from our team. A special thank you to all the participants for your active engagement. Your involvement made this workshop a great success. We look forward to welcome you all to our future events. Have a great day.
Yeah. I want to take a moment to thank Yasoma and Dr. Samantha to inviting me to have this session, and it was a great session. I hope you all uh, have some knowledge on understanding about the quality engineering, and I also welcome you all in the future, not only like considering the software, I mean, not only considering the developer, but also considering to work as a quality engineer. And also just wanted to keep a note on y'all that it's not, maybe some might be thinking, okay, it's like, it's an easy work. Maybe it's just like documentation and testing, clicking one or two buttons. It's not quality engineering. There are so many certain things that we do. There are so many technical skills that you all need to have when it comes to a quality engineer. And also it's not uh, it's there are male and female both working in the as a quality engineer. There are certain, it's a vast area, so you can become a performance engineer, security engineer. Likewise, there are so many vast areas that being used. So I recommend y'all to go through these roles also in the industry, and get to know. And maybe on your fourth year, I'll ask y'all. I mean, we have internship at Wiley, so if you all like to pursue a quality engineer at Wiley, I'll welcome y'all all. Yeah, thank you, Dr. Samantha.
Thank you, Mercia. Thank you for your kind wishes. Like, hope our students will be there, as an intern or the SC or QE. Thank you, and thank you, Summer, for accepting our request and arrange this session with Mercia. Thank you for your time. Looking forward to see you next time. Thank you.
Yep. Thank you all.